Hello folks. Well, we have one more state to cover here on our Frontier Americana Tour. Yeah, it's very hard to believe after 2.5 months of traveling around this country, we finally ended off with the state of Wisconsin. Well, having just now debuted into this state, this is not the sight you might see all over. I'm not trying to give a great introduction here about this is what you're going to expect in Wisconsin, because this is definitely not what I think of when I think of Wisconsin. Here at the Ulbrich Botanical Gardens, you will come across this Thai pavilion. Beautiful, ornate, decorated, just like you might find in Thailand, but we're not in Thailand, no. We are in Wisconsin, our 43rd state, the Badger State. Yes, 7 more states to go, but let's not think about those 7 until next year, because this is the final state we're going to be visiting, at least this year, in 2022. To me, Wisconsin's all about that classic Midwestern charm. It has a mix of nature with the Northwoods, up, well, in the north of the state, but down towards the south of the state where we are, there's a mix of forests, natural areas, but there's also plenty of farms and towns and villages and cities, just like the one we are about to explore today. What makes this area special other than the fact that there is this Thai pavilion up there, beautiful as ever? Well, we have just entered the capital city of Wisconsin. Oh yes, welcome to Madison. We're to find tropical plants and vegetation in a place known for cold and rather dismal winters full of snow and blizzards and wind. But this is what you'll find at the Ulbrich Botanical Gardens. But it's not all silent here, like what we see behind us. No, Madison, Wisconsin is a very quirky city, but at the same time one of the most well-rounded capital cities in America, with a population of 270,000 people, the second largest city in Wisconsin. This place is full of all sorts of people, from bureaucratic officials working for the state, to adventurous, free-spirited hippies, to hard-working, diligent college students. Let's go see the real downtown of the capital city of the Badger State. Throughout the southwest region of Wisconsin, a region known for its beautiful forests and rolling farmland, there were 4 lakes, and among this complex of lakes, there was an isthmus. An isthmus is a narrow bridge of land in between 2 bodies of water, and so on this isthmus, I'm still having trouble pronouncing that, where we are walking right now is that isthmus on which people who came to Wisconsin, formed the Wisconsin Territory, thought, hey, you know what, this is a nice piece of land, why not designate this as the state capital? More importantly, I want to focus your attention on what's in front of us, the beautiful, oh so large, Wisconsin state capital. This is a whopper of a capital. Look at that. It's huge. Yeah, this capital is truly the centerpiece of Madison, Wisconsin's downtown, informally known as the Isthmus. Why they decided to make it that large, I don't know. But it truly is, I think, one of the largest state capitals we have seen. In area, in volume. Or maybe that's just how it's meant to appear. Maybe if it's not the largest in area, it truly seems like the largest in terms of the urban influence. It seems like the whole road network in Madison, Wisconsin is centered around this state capital. Just look on a map, Google Maps, Apple Maps, whatever. You will see that this capital is the exact center of all the action here in downtown Madison. So everyone, what do we think of the Wisconsin State Capitol building? Seems like it's got one uniform color, with the exception of the top, this golden statue. I'd be curious to know what that figure is. But of course, there's the Wisconsin flag flying proud. But overall, I think what's more impressive is just the whole complex in the middle of downtown. We are at the heart of it all. So we must ask ourselves, what is inside this beating heart? What is inside these doors? We must find out. Okay, this is very creepy. I do like how dim the lights are, though. Gives it a nice ambiance. Hard to explain what's going on in my mind, but I just feel like the accents on the lights really give it a nice feel, although it is kind of creepy. Wisconsin State Capitol does have your fair share of artwork plastered on the walls and the beautiful rotunda. But what stands out to me a little more is just how lively this state capitol is. Maybe it's just the echo where you can hear everybody's voice, or perhaps it's the sheer amount of people that I'm unaccustomed to seeing in a capitol building. Granted, it's not going to be as busy as a lively downtown street, but for something like a state capitol building, I am seeing way more than people who work for the state government. I do appreciate its organized structure. The state capitol building is mainly composed of 4 wings: south, west, north, and east. Come on now, Wisconsin, you know that's not the real Liberty Bell. I know you want to copy the prestige of Pennsylvania's mighty Liberty Bell. There's only one real Liberty Bell, and that is in Philadelphia, not in Madison, Wisconsin. Silly old Wisconsinites. Anyway, how about that final state capitol building of our long Frontier Americana Tour? Hopefully this was a good enough state capitol building to end it off. We won't be seeing another for a while, I presume. We have been walking along what is State Street. This is Madison's big center of activity. Today stands as a college town, home of the University of Wisconsin. Yeah, you see lots of fun, quirky shops along the way with things scattered about here and there. Sometimes you find yourself under a little rudimentary bridge on your way. Well, I don't know, I really don't know where I'm going, but we'll figure out some way to get across the city, and sometimes you take these. As you can see, we're only a few blocks away from the state capitol, and yet we still have a lively atmosphere all around. In addition to the pedestrians, you'll see a lot of bikes roaming this. I think this is mainly used for pedestrians and bikes. You don't see many cars on this state street. You ventured too far to the west. Yeah, whenever you start seeing university students and college buildings like these, you know we are in the wrong place. I definitely don't belong here. No. The city of Madison was named in honor of James Madison, our 4th president of the United States, 1809 to 1817. In addition to being president, he was also the author of the U.S. Constitution. And for that, the city of Madison, when it was founded and developed, it was thought that it was fitting to name the streets after the other signers of the Constitution. So for example, let me see if I can get a street sign. Well, Wisconsin, that's not a signer, but we're on Gorham Street right now, named after Nathaniel Gorham, one of those signers of the U.S. Constitution. As mentioned before, Madison sits on an isthmus, a narrow strip of land in between two bodies of water. In this case, it's two lakes. On the north side of Madison is Lake Mendota, right here at James Madison Park. And we're at, I guess, the narrowest point of this isthmus. I could seriously just walk a few blocks and reach the other lake. Actually, you know, that seems like a fun idea. Let's try it out.
I mean, she's attacking your food.
Oh no. So this is Hancock Street right there. And within a handful of blocks we will have reached the other lake. Let's go on a little merry stroll. So this is Lake Monona, and Hancock Street is right over there behind us. See, it is possible to get from one lake to another very easily and quickly here in Madison. It is interesting though, bordered by two states very much known for their association with lakes. It's sad that Wisconsin is sort of underrated in the north for its abundance of lakes. It has so many. Lake Monona, Lake Mendota over there, some distance far away, but land of 10,000 lakes, Great Lake State. I guess they take more credit, more recognition for their water bodies. Oh wow, what a pretty sight. Lake Monona, like your neighbor, Lake Mendota, you have outdone yourself, I do say. That's some green water though. Oh, it would be mighty pleasant to end this adventure today at this scenic view of Lake Monona. There is one more place we do have to visit now that we are in Wisconsin. Before we leave, one more very important thing about Madison and the isthmus on which it is located. It is one of only 2 cities in America that is on such an isthmus. The only other one in the US considered a city, Seattle, Washington. I hate to disrespect Wisconsin by watering its culture down to fast food, but if you want the most Wisconsin-like fast food chain, there's no place better than Culver's. Before we dig in, what do you think of when you hear of Wisconsin? What comes to mind with this state? Do you perhaps think of the nature, the farms, the forest, the lakes? I mean, don't forget that the state of Wisconsin touches two of the 5 Great Lakes, Michigan and Superior. It's got lakes. You might think of the culture of brewing and the beer culture Wisconsin has. And I absolutely must not forget that Wisconsin is all about its dairy. All the dairy farms across the state produce great things. Milk, cheese. There's a reason people from Wisconsin are informally called cheeseheads. So that's the great thing about Culver's here, is that a lot of this is cheese and dairy based. We have cheese curds, which are a variation on fries. And then its signature burger is called the Butter Burger. Is there butter in it? Is there butter smeared on it? We'll have to see. Here goes the Culver's Butter Burger. Well, I can't really sense or taste any butter within the burger. Maybe it's all melted, maybe it's already part of the burger as it became cooked. But I'll trust the people of Wisconsin to deliver me an authentic butter burger at Culver's. And of course, to finish it off, to wash it all down, we have the Mint Shake, another dairy product of Wisconsin. This Wisconsin native chain really does the spot. Not just in Madison, all over Wisconsin, all over the upper Midwest, you can get yourself some Culver's. Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe that after 2.5 months on the road throughout the country, we have one more location left here on the Frontier Americana Tour? That's right, it's hard to believe, but that's what it is. So we're gonna fuel up right now in Culver's for tomorrow's grand finale. I will see you then, so enjoy the rest of my cheese curds and butter burger here at Culver's in Madison, Wisconsin. More travels to come. I will see you at the next location.